Hello, everybody. Um, it's been a kind of like a crazy day today. I woke up at 3 o'clock and couldn't fall asleep all the way till 5:30. I woke up at 6:20 and I had to rush to get to work. And it's been all day those crazy energies that from the new moon comes in and has effect on us. Um, Throughout the day, there was messages coming on and off on a Facebook. Um, Thank you so much for people that they like the Divine Shift video. That actually was helping out whatever happening today. And whatever I'm going to be talking about today was that it's the confirmation from the universe of things that's going on. But also, it's I want to give you a real example of what it does mean you to live your truth as a twin flame in the real world. Okay, and don't hide yourself. A few months ago, everybody knew I got a new job, and at the new job, I never hide. I told them I help people over the Facebook, and I have a YouTube channel, and a few people I explain it to them that it's about the twin flames. It's about the relationship between the two people. And one of the individuals actually from work, he was like, "This is so interesting, dear. I'm gonna follow up because there was something going on. I didn't quite understand it of what it is, what's going on, what all the situation is." So, more of the story. That person came walk to me today, and I'm looking at him, and he was like, "Dear, what? Hey, I I really need to talk to you, man. Man, jeez, I can't believe this. Wow, this is just amazing. I don't know, just what happened." So he explained it to me that 20 years ago he fell in love so much with a woman that he liked, and he kept her pictures all the time. He kept getting to it. Eventually, they got separated. She got married. He got married, and everything went out the crazy. And he messaged her like a long time ago. It's like, "Hey, I'm just divorcing. I saw you on the Facebook. Just giving you a message. Wonder how are you? I was just kind of thinking about you." And there was nothing going on until last night. She called him and she was crying for him, telling him that she loves him, and she's married, and she lives out in Atlanta, Georgia, and he's here. So I had a little bit of phone conversation with him on what's going on and what it is, and he explained it to me a little bit more on the details, which is I like to spare because this is a different story. Okay, but here is the fear of the part. I'm married. I'm married. I'm married. I'm married. She's married. She's married, and the fear how can really screw the things up. And I told him the one question: "What would you do?" And about her. What are you thinking about her? And he's like, "She's the only one woman I want to be with, even after 20 years. She always been on my mind. I kept her pictures inside of me. I've kept the pictures even with me, all the time on the side. And there was always something. And when she called me, she said that she's been dreaming about me. So she wanted to see what's going on, what it's about me." Now, when you're a twin flame and you understand this part of it, you begin to understand one very important part. And that actually part is this right here. The true love has a habit of coming back. And I know some of you laughing right now of it. There was a few messages over the Facebook too, which is I actually put it into it. I'm going to read it in a few seconds. But to come back into it, I ask him one question. If she's the one, what would you do? Everything. Well, figure out what you need to do. So if your twin flame contacts you back, find the time and the place you to go ahead to contact with them. Simply because there is a one part. True. It doesn't matter how long it'll take, how long it is. The truth, it wants to be truth. And this actually part is going to be attached to the other things that is going on today. And I don't want it to answer the same thing over and over on pretty much everybody in the Facebook. There was also another person who texted me. She actually lives in Chicago. She's like, dear, I was crying out for no reason. What's going on? So here's the messages I got on, over at Facebook. Hi Dio, how are you? We are separate again. Can you put the finger on this crazy journey? It is what it is. Have you ever met a situation where a both a runner and chaser and Tommy has not come to them to join? Okay, the first one. We are separate again. Okay. So you had not solved the part. And if you watch my video from yesterday, I was explaining the part that that's what causing the premature unions. If the one is not ready and the other one pushing into it, and you kind of like getting together, but the one did not have the plan put into place. But the push and the pull, it is about the true love. The true love's coming back. You let your twin flame go, and all of a sudden they're coming back inside of you. They keep getting this energy inside of you simply because it's a true love. And that's what the true love does, come back. And that's what a lot of those stories that we do, and we go over it and we help in those people, it is about the true love. It's about to be shown that true love. But the people have tendency to hide simply because they're afraid that they're going to be judged from everybody. They're going to be judged from friends, from relatives, from church, from religion. They can be judged, kids, everybody. But here is the thing there. Nobody can judge you just simply because you're in your truth. You're living on your truth. Because the same place, if you take a look at it, there's going to be more people who's going to praise you that you're living your truth. Because God says don't lie. There is so many stories within in the Bible that they talking about, leaving the wife or leaving the husband and go and be and serve to God and do all this stuff, and all of a sudden God gives to that person everything they wanted to have, beautiful life. He actually go ahead and fix their health, and they live many years. Right? If you don't wanna, if some of you are so attached to it, I think so. You should go read Job. And there was 3 people who tried to tell him everything, and he's like, I only care about God. I listen soul. It's a good story to read. Anyway, so that part of separation is about to create a plan that comes in from a soul to be laid out in a magical world and tend to be exercised. And if there is no mutual agreement with it, separation occurs again. And this is why, dear CL, you have to understand to becoming your truth. Either you're not living in your truth, or he's not living in his truth. Simply because if you are who you are, you will put time, a space, and a place together. Maybe meet in a secret place and figure out what you need to do. So if he has fear or she has fear, you have fear. Or if you just trying to figure it out, your truth. Okay? Nobody deserves to suffer into it. However, met situation where both a runner and a chaser, and timing has not come to them to join. It's the same answer right there. It's not the time because guess what? Either the one or either the other is not ready. But how are they gonna get ready? That is the question. How are you gonna get ready? When you become your truth. The truth makes you ready. The truth that you are who you are. And that's why in one of the videos I said that they're not your twin until they don't say I love you. But I love you from the soul level, and they understand that they have things with you. They have destiny to work with you. They have things to do with you. And that's why it's very important to understand the next quote that I have for you. It's about it. If you really love someone or something, let it go. If it comes back to you, it is yours. If it doesn't, then it never was. But dear friend from work, okay, she's coming back to you. And that is the part that a lot of it, when the real love comes back to it, it will freak you out. The whole real part will comes back into, and it's gonna create this scariness. Oh my God, it's true. I can't believe it. Even all those years, I can't believe. But that's the part of you to understand that you finally did something into something happened. Something is in charge. Simply, the truth exists. And this is the part when the people, when they're now ready to become the truth, this is the part when they are not ready to be what they need to be, you have to let go. Just let it go. If they come back, they'll come back. If they don't come back, there never was. So, what is the big part and then the big deal out of this is about you to understand that right now it's the moment for you as your realization, you to create this truth inside of you for yourself, to yourself. This new moon that it's right now in Virgo that began yesterday late afternoon, it was about the preparations that it's telling you that it is about the part of being together into the earth, simply because you have to heal. But this is the new moon in Virgo. That lesson will actually end up when there is going to be a full moon in Aries, because the sun is going to be in Libra. And that was going to be the part when a lot of those so-called runners or liars or whatever you want to call it, silencers, all those people that they hide, they will see the part of the lesson of you to be in a perfect love energy, and you to look at yourself as who you are. And the moon in Aries can trigger all these situations. And it's going to be a little bit crazy, simply because right now we're learning a lesson of what is wrong when we are separate, and then that when it's going to be a new moon in Libra, then we're going to learn the lesson. What did that mean to be together? And that's going to be a huge part, because the first part, the love, is going to be felt in the soul. It's not going to be felt like in the body to touch, or the heart. The love is going to be so strong within the soul, simply to shows up that you have to bring the heaven and earth. And that's what I made a video yesterday, is when you feel this kind of love, everything else is kind of like falling down and goes into your heart, and then the bodies are going to be calling. And when the bodies are calling, this is the time when it's actually your whole thing is going to create action to be with your lover, simply because if it's meant to be, it will be. And the reason, again, is it is what it is. True love has a habit to come back. And that is the part that a lot of the people suffer over the years, because that love for that person, it's keep coming back over and over and over and over. And until you have this, what's called the breaking point, you had enough of this love, and then you learn to become your truth. And when you become your truth, then you begin to understand that it was meant to be, simply because it's real. And that's what it's coming back to you. And my message to everybody who listens to this video, and they're gonna get their messages from the person who loves them, the best thing to do, don't freak out, don't be like don't be panicking. What you need to do is ask a proper question. Okay, I understand, you love me. How about we find time so we can get more about this? Or how do you picture me and you getting together? Or what do you think our plan should be? You asking for a plan, if there is anything out there that is made. Because if they don't have a plan, they will ask you about a plan. And you will find the situation, you will find the answers. The answer will come the way they will come. The question is you don't have to really focus on the answer. Your soul is going to be whispering them inside of you. Your soul is going to tell you, don't worry about house. The house can be sold. The car, you have a job, you can make a payment. Or you have to move from one place to another. Don't worry about it, you'll find another job. Go look at it. Go see it. In the last 2 years, I have some people who finally they moved. She saw her house, I think so it was in New York, and he was down in Texas, and they bought a house in California, and they wanted to move there because they finally had enough of arguing with their egos, and they decide to listen to their souls. That was a very funny story. Love it. And that's pretty much it. Be in your truth, stay in your truth, and do your best as you can. But just don't panic, don't freak out if your loved one will contact you. And marriage, okay? Don't think that about that marriage stopping love. For example, marriage, what is it? It's a piece of paper statement that you have a legal contract with someone. And if you're in love with them, great, perfect. But if you're not in love, if the marriage doesn't work out, if the marriage is not in the proper place for who you are, and it doesn't resonate anymore with you, and you suffer, that's not a marriage anymore. That is not a marriage. Marriage is someone who you actually sharing your day, what happened, what it is, what's going on. You sharing your responsibilities, you sharing your way of life, and you sharing your truth. And that's what is the difference between what marriage is and what marriage should be, but involves a soul and a real love. So when the real love kicks in inside of you, you will understand you're not in the right marriage. And when you understand you're not in the right marriage, all of a sudden the soul is whispering you, it's time to change. It's time you to look. You know who loves you the best. You know what happened. Go back. And that's why a lot of the people, a lot of those situations, they're gonna come back. Simply because the truth is truth. Be love.